So today I'm going to be playing as the West Coast Eagles. I'm going to be versus the Giants, so let's see what we're up against. Oh dear God. Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Twisty3 and today I'm going to be talking a lot about Big Ant Studios and the recent events that has happened with them. So, I think it was yesterday, Big Ant Studios announced that it was placing itself into voluntary liquidation with debts exceeding $6.7 million. Now, Big Ant currently is made up of around 30 staff, and they are the developers of the AFL live games, the Rugby League live games, and they were working on a new cricket simulation game. And at this stage, we're not too sure what's going to happen with that. However, I'll talk a bit more about that throughout the video, as I'm currently just getting this information fed through to me right now. So, the CEO, Ross Simons, filed for voluntary liquidation on the 28th of November 2012. And it said that Big Ant has had difficulty recouping over $4.2 million owed to the studio, which could have resulted in cash flow issues. Now, a significant percentage of this debt is actually owed to Big Ant Studios itself, which could be related to possible staff entitlements to be paid when the studio does go into liquidation. Now, generally, voluntary liquidation means that the company is going to end, it's going to finish, it's going to wind up. And in this situation, what the CEO has said is that there will be no loss of jobs at Big Ant Studios, and this liquidation is simply part of a business reconstruction. So, this is going to be hard to sort of say where they're going to go from here, whether or not they're going to set up a new company. And the CEO has also quoted that all staff are securely employed and we continue to make games. So obviously the two new cricket games are going to come out this summer, probably in around February or January, and maybe, just maybe, there will be, another AFL game for PlayStation 3 or Xbox. And, people are just like, oh, this game's crap, whatever, it's got low budget. Well, there's only 30 people working at the studio, so they're not going to have that big of a budget or a, sort of a market, because we are here in Australia and they are Melbourne-based developers. So if, people were to go into the video game industry, like I was probably thinking about going into some sort of programming once I go to university. However, that's probably not what I'm going to be doing anymore, because of the fact that there is such little industry for video games in Australia, and I might go into software or something. But what I'm more concerned about is how the company's going to be able to deal with this, and whether or not there's going to be any more games and stuff. Because for those diehard fans who waited since AFL 2007 for this new one to come out, took 4 years? And we're going to wait another 4 years? I don't think so, because the world's going to end tomorrow anyway, so you never know. Anyway, let's move on to something else. So now, I'm probably going to talk about the Big Ant cricket game. Now, there's going to be 2 cricket games coming out next year. One's called Tabletop Cricket, and I'll link you to the trailer for that in the description. And that looks, sort of a fun game. I probably won't buy it. However, it's an interesting concept. For those of you who have ever had, I don't know, there was like this, you'd put a green mat down on the floor, and then you'd stand up all your little cricket people, and then you'd like roll the ball down this big line, and then you'd use the batsman. There'd be like a little trigger thing to hit it. I don't know, I can't quite remember what it's called, but it was like this little real life cricket simulation that you could set up, and it was basically a board game type of thing, except it was played on like a little green mat. So tabletop cricket's very similar to that, in the fact that you plant your fielders around everywhere, and if it lands in between their legs, you'd get the catch and they're out. And that is going to be tabletop cricket, and the other cricket game is going to be probably very similar looking to Ricky Ponting cricket games, because really they've been the only cricket games that have done well. I mean, the last cricket game other than that was what's it called, EA Cricket 2007, and I've been playing that over the past few days. I'm pretty shit at it. So anyway, there's going to be more cricket games coming out next year. Probably not an AFL game, because they haven't said anything to do with that. So I would expect a roster update, probably to come in around about June or July next year in regards to AFL games. And then maybe there will be a new AFL game in 2014. So that's my update on the Big Ant news, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like. If this is the first video you're watching, subscribe. And comment your thoughts on this whole saga below, because I will see you guys next time, and I'll answer your questions then.